All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here again, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. And I just love saying the name of this band, Cats in Space. All right, here they are. Kickstart the Sun, a band that I think was influenced a little tiny bit by like ELO and Queen and Cheap Trick and some of the great music from the late 70s and early 80s. This is kind of a holy crap Batman album. I'm I'm a little bit late to the party here with this record, but a lot of people, they're not at the party at all. So check out Cats in Space, Kickstart the Sun. It's definitely something that I think you're going to enjoy. It's great music with great lyrics. Some of the lyrics, in fact, poke a little fun at the establishment. And I'm pretty sure I like that a lot, right? Speaking of liking things a lot, I love Journey, as people know. I grew up listening to Frontiers and Escape and Departure and Infinity and Evolution. Those albums are really in my wheelhouse. What's not in my wheelhouse, though, is when somebody comes along and basically tries to redefine what those songs were written about or who they were written for. Jonathan Cain, who I like a lot, right? I'm a big fan of Jonathan Cain. I've defended Jonathan Cain at times, and I've been critical here and there. I've even defended Jon Cain's wife, Paula White Cain, right? Who has this church in Florida. I think it's called like New Destiny Church or something like that. In fact, every Sunday, Jonathan Cain is like in the worship team. If he's not on the road with Journey, he's playing keyboards and singing in the worship team, which is kind of interesting. If you pop in there, you might want to take your church bulletin and see if you can get an autograph from Jon Cain. Again, I'm a fan. I like Jonathan Cain. But recently, Jon has posted this video about 3 songs in particular. Obviously, Don't Stop Believin', right? Faithfully, which I think he wrote from start to finish, and Open Arms. Now, on Open Arms and Don't Stop Believin', I'm pretty sure Steve Perry had a lot to do with those lyrics. But Jon Cain is out there. He does this video. He talks about his life story, and it's very inspirational. A whole bunch of kids died in a fire at a school he went to. He thought, that God was essentially keeping him around to do big things. His dad basically told him when he wanted to quit the music industry to, quote unquote, don't stop believing. And so Cain wrote it down in his notebook where he had other song lyrics. Steve Perry apparently asked him if he had another song, and Don't Stop Believin' was born. Could be the greatest rock song of all time. Could be. I mean, you could argue that, and I wouldn't really debate you all that much, although people do have strong opinions about what is the greatest rock song of all time. Either way, Journey is going to get endless mileage out of this song. The things that Cain is saying about both Don't Stop Believin' and Open Arms and even Faithfully, it's a little bit like revisionist history, right? As much as I think, yeah, you can be inspired by God writing these lyrics, I don't know if God is going to inspire you to write lyrics about a relationship. 2 strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh, girl, you stand by me, right? Or circus life under the big top world. That's a little closer. We all need the clowns to smile, to make us smile. So yeah, I mean, you could make some connection there to like a higher power or to God, but it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because you grew up listening to these songs when you were younger. They're not Christian music songs, right? Restless Hearts, Sleep Alone Tonight. Now, sorry, wrong answer. And I think it gets worse for Don't Stop Believin', the Midnight Train, the image of the girl and the boy. And, you could probably figure out some really cool metaphors to kind of make it work. And Open Arms, God is waiting for you with open arms, that kind of thing. But I think, honestly, you would have to bring Steve Perry into this equation, at least on 2 of the 3 songs here, to make the case that, you know what, we were inspired by God when we wrote these songs. And as much as I like Jonathan Cain, I think he should just let those songs be what they are. They're creative. In fact, Neil Schon, I believe, really stepped in on Faithfully and turned a country song, which that's how he described it, into a rock ballad. And that was Neil Schon who did that with the music. So you got to give Neil some credit there. You need all of these guys back in the day making great contributions to have this caliber of music. And this is why this stuff has stood the test of time. Not too long ago, Jon Cain went on the Jim Bakker show. Now, if you remember who Jim Bakker is or was, he still is. He's still around. I think he still has his show. Back in the 1980s, Jim Bakker was sent to prison, essentially because his ministry, I think, was bilking money out of people, or there was some kind of fraud, and he was guilty of it and was convicted, and he was sent to jail for quite some time. I'm sure you remember his wife, Tammy Faye Bakker, with the mascara that was always dripping down because she was crying all the time. I don't look at those people as the model for good religious faith and Christianity. I just don't see it. Now, Jim Bakker, again, served time, got out, has another show, right? Was welcomed back into the fold. You would say, well, that's good. Everybody forgave him for what he did. Okay, well, I don't know. You go on his show, which Jonathan Cain actually went on the Jim Bakker show and played Don't Stop Believin'. It was kind of painful to watch, to be honest, and said things like, hey, we're all streetlight people. Like, okay, cool, man. I'm a streetlight person. What does that mean? And that basically is trying to make the song into something that I don't think it is. And I don't think Faithfully is that kind of song. I don't think Open Arms is that kind of song. These are all love songs. Well, Don't Stop Believing's not really a love song, but the other 2 were certainly written with someone in mind, someone of the opposite sex, most likely in mind, and they're great songs. So I think you just leave them be. You don't try to revise history and make it fit into your current situation. I understand why you'd want to do that, why you'd want to believe that, God put this in your heart 40-something years ago to write these songs to glorify God, right? That's a stretch to me. That's really a stretch when you've got, lyrics like restless hearts sleep alone tonight. I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, you may see it differently, but I don't see it that way. 2 strangers learn to fall in love again. Yeah, no, I don't see it. So in any event, people, one more time for Cats in Space. Here they are. Kickstart the Sun. I keep plugging this, and I just like the music. Nobody is sending me any money or anything to promote Cats in Space. I just really enjoy this, and I figured I would share it with the audience. Again, thanks for watching the videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications on new videos. Patreon for a measly $1 a month. We've got new patrons coming on board all the time. And of course, I will see you soon, and thanks for watching.